Hello, everyone. It's me. It's Christian Kim here to talk to you about Glass, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. He also directed the first two movies in this trilogy, Unbreakable and Split. And this is the finale to his, I don't want to say big trilogy, because by the end of the day, when you actually watch this film, it doesn't feel like a big conclusion, and I don't think I necessarily mean that in a bad way or a good way. It's very neutral. In fact, this whole entire film is neutral, but I'll get to that. Glass was a movie I was highly anticipating for, and it's weird that I'm anticipating this film in particular because it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan and it stars Bruce Willis, and it's a January film. And in this day and age, it's uncommon to be anticipated for a film that is directed by M. Night Shyamalan because of his recent track record before Split. If anyone remembers The Happening or The Last Airbender, you know what I'm talking about. And Bruce Willis, who I haven't seen him in a good film. I haven't even seen him act well since Looper. So Looper has been 7 years now, and a January film. Who gets excited over a January film? Because whenever it's January, there's always some stupid horror movie that comes out, and you're just not excited. But I was excited for this film, and I was a little bit underwhelmed, a little disappointed. I still enjoyed myself while watching it, but I was aware that it wasn't a good movie. And no spoilers, but I feel like the ending was also whack, and the twist was also whack. I won't say anything, but okay, let's get to the good stuff though. The good stuff is James McAvoy, who carries his performance from Split. James McAvoy does a terrific job as usual, and I feel like looking at his performance from Split and carrying it on to this film, I think he does a really good job. As playing all these characters, he was a blast to watch. Every scene he was in, he was stealing the spotlight. Seeing James McAvoy play as 24 different characters and absolutely selling it is a whole lot of fun to watch. You can tell that he's having a lot of fun playing as this character, and it makes the audience enjoy his performance as well. It's a shame that he's only doing X-Men now. I feel like he's got to branch out his career at this point. Samuel L. Jackson, who is the title character, I thought he was also great. In Unbreakable, he's more of a mentor character. In this film, because now it's revealed that he's the villain of this whole entire story, now we get to see him actually be the villain. And I actually really, really enjoyed seeing that. He wasn't in the film as much as I'd hope. For a film called Glass, I thought he'd be in the film more, but for whenever he was on screen, he was doing a terrific job. Probably as great as James McAvoy. Whenever those two people are on screen together, it's great. It's magnificent. The cinematography was either great or wasn't so good. Okay, I think I'm getting now to my mixed bag impressions. The cinematography is really it's either really good or really not so good. There'll be a couple shots where I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And there would be a couple shots where it was a first person point of view and you would have people look directly at the camera, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this. And I think it's an M. Night Shyamalan trait that he has where he has people look at the camera as a first person point of view. And while that could be cool to him, to me it was kind of jarring. It kind of took me out of the film. Because the cinematography is the cinematography is meant to be one thing, right? But then M. Night Shyamalan, it kind of makes it another thing. So it felt weird, and I didn't particularly. It was either really good or just really eh. And also, I also want to talk about the ideas of this film, because this movie has some really, really neat ideas. M. Night Shyamalan has this great idea for this film, and I can totally see it, and I'm totally behind it. But I feel the way it's executed, it doesn't feel the execution doesn't feel as though it was done right. It was done in the way that he wanted us to see it. again, I'm totally for the ideas of this film, but I feel like he does such a poor job trying to tell this story that the ideas aren't presented in the way that he'd wanted to. And now let's get to one of my biggest issues with the film is the acting. Bruce Willis's acting, like, okay, I know I said I was excited for this film, and I was really hoping that Bruce Willis would actually pull through for one film for once, but no, he doesn't pull through with this film, and he still doesn't want to act. He still looks bored, which is really weird to me. He was doing good for like one scene, or even like maybe two scenes, but like that one scene didn't count because it was a flashback scene, and I never saw that scene in Unbreakable. So I was kind of like, is this a deleted scene from Unbreakable? Because I'm like, Bruce Willis is actually doing a good job in this film, and it looks like he's trying, and he looks younger too. So I was like, this is probably a deleted scene from Unbreakable. And then you have him in this one scene where he's kind of talking to Samuel Jackson, but Samuel Jackson's off screen. So I feel like for that scene, I feel like Samuel Jackson he tried to convince Bruce Willis, can you please try for this one film? Because I think they're friends, because this is probably the third or fourth film they've worked together on. So they were like, Samuel Jackson's like, okay, can you please just try for this one film? This one scene. And then Bruce Willis was like, okay, fine. And then, but the rest of the film, Bruce Willis is just like, is being old Bruce Willis and not caring, and I don't like it. I miss it. I mean, okay, I wasn't alive when Bruce Willis was actually acting, but I wish he'd go back to those days, you know? Also, the psychiatrist, I forgot her name. Hold up, I'm gonna look it up. What's her name? Sarah Paulson. She also executed her lines in a really monotone manner, and I feel like that's not her fault. I feel like M. Night Shyamalan was like, hey, can you act this way for me? And then she was like, okay, you know, whatever, I'll do whatever for M. Night Shyamalan, I guess. I think just in general, the side characters are just kind of boring. I mean, except for Anya Taylor-Joy, because she's clearly trying. I mean, the other two actors, like they're trying too, but I don't have any emotional attachment to them. It also doesn't help that I don't want to say kid actor because he's not a freaking kid anymore. Like, I thought his performance in Unbreakable was and I still feel the same way about this film. He was There was even a point where he was trying to act, and I let out a small because it was kind of bad, and you can hear other people laughing too, which isn't a good thing. The mother character pretty much did nothing. I don't know. I mean, you know why they're there by the end, but then when you're seeing them on screen, you're like, what's the point of these characters? I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy I get, because her character is actually Anya Taylor-Joy is, first of all, at least trying, and also the script kind of calls her to do something. The other people, I feel like they're given something to do, but at the same time it feels kind of useless. I feel like Bruce Willis kind of makes this film fall apart in like some way, but I feel like it's also M. Night Shyamalan's direction that makes this movie fall apart. Again, this movie is not terrible, but I just feel like there are ideas in this film that fall flat, and in that sense, it doesn't do so well. Again, I enjoyed this film. I enjoyed it for what it was, mainly because of James McAvoy's performance and Samuel Jackson's performance. Those two do like a great job in this film. But otherwise, I wouldn't say this movie's great. I'm gonna get into spoiler territory for a moment, because I gotta talk about the twist. The twist was that there is not a quote unquote, I'll just say quote unquote evil organization. Although the doctor, Sarah Paulson's character, she says, "Oh, we're not evil. We're just not meant to have people of higher power above us." So like that I'm okay with, but I feel like if that twist was revealed earlier into the film, I feel like there would have been more impact with the film. I feel like that twist is revealed way too late, and it was a good idea, and I was for it. But I feel like because because the twist was revealed way too late into the game, it was just like out of left hand. Like we don't know what we're doing, so we're just reveal this twist at the end. And I mean, as far as M. Night Shyamalan twist goes, like this is I won't say it's a great one, but it's a good one. But again, it was revealed way too late. I feel like if it was revealed in the middle of the film, that would make a lot more sense. But no, it was revealed way too late in the film. And also the fact that all three characters die is was actually a little bit disappointing. Throughout the entire film, Mr. Glass is mentioning the fact that there'll be this whole big battle in the tower, and I was like, and usually when it comes to superhero films, I'm like, I don't want to battle in the top of the tower, but with this film, I kind of wanted that because like we've had 2 movies leading up to this last one, and I was like, I want that battle on the tower so freaking bad. But no, we never get the battle on the tower. We just have all 3 characters kind of die, just not like unsatisfyingly die. Yeah, this movie left a lot to be desired. I was tossing between a 5 and a 6 because again, I did enjoy it for James McAvoy's performance and Samuel Jackson's performance. Those 2 did a great job with this film, and I was having a blast watching those two actors. But overall, I like seeing it as a movie. It's quite disappointing. So yeah, I'll give it a 5. Try better next time, M. Night. I mean, you were there with Split, but you're not with this one. I mean, you didn't do a bad job, but it was just kind of average. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm rooting for you, M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your films. I mean, I'm not gonna get mad at you. You can't go as low as The Last Airbender or Lady in the Water. Hey, whatever you do in the future, I hope it goes better for you. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm just gonna end it right here. All right. Thank you. Bye.